Hello everyone, welcome to 10-Minute Physiology. In today's video, I'm going to give you a short explanation as to the difference between slow and fast twitch muscle fibers. So with that, let's give it a go. So I'd like to start off by first giving you a general description of these two types. So there are two types of skeletal muscle fibers. The first are type 1, which are slow twitch, and type 2, which are fast twitch. Now the slow and fast refer to how fast they develop force. So slow twitch muscle fibers produce force slowly, and fast twitch muscle fibers produce force quickly. Now let's look at these different fibers individually. So the first one is going to be slow twitch fibers, which are also called type 1 fibers. So these types of fibers are going to be red in color due to the fact that they have a high content of myoglobin. Now, in addition to the high content of myoglobin, they're also going to have a dense capillary network. So these two things play together in allowing these muscles to get a lot of oxygen inside them. And since they get a lot of oxygen, these muscles are going to mainly rely on oxidative metabolism. So oxidative metabolism is going to occur in the mitochondria, and it's going to involve both the Krebs cycle and oxidative phosphorylation. And oxidative phosphorylation is the biggest creator of ATP inside the cell. So inside these muscle fibers, you're going to have a low amount of glycogen, and that's because it mainly relies on oxidative metabolism. Now, since it relies mainly on oxidative metabolism, the mitochondrial content is going to be high, but the glycolytic enzyme activity is going to be low. And remember that glycolysis is going to be an anaerobic process, so it doesn't need oxygen in order to function. Now, these types of muscle fibers are also going to be high in fatigue resistance. So those are the type 1 muscle fibers. Now let's look at type 2A muscle fibers, or the first type of fast twitch fibers. So type 2A fibers are also red in color, and it's because they have a high myoglobin content. Now, because of their high myoglobin content, they can take up a lot of oxygen. So therefore, their main energy source is going to come from oxidative metabolism. Now, unlike slow twitch fibers, type 2A fibers have abundant glycogen, and their mitochondrial content tends to be higher than that of slow twitch muscles. Now, their fatigue resistance is also going to be high. Now, the second type of fast twitch muscle fiber is going to be type 2B or type 2X. Now, the color of these muscle fibers is white, and the reason why is because they have low myoglobin. Now, their main energy source, due to the fact that they have low myoglobin levels, is going to be mainly glycolytic. So it's going to be glycolytic because glycolysis is going to be an anaerobic process. So glycolytic processes recur glycogen and glucose, so therefore their glycogen content is going to be high, their mitochondrial content is going to be lower, and their fatigue resistance is also going to be lower. So now that we know the general characteristics of these three different fibers, let's talk about how they play in muscles themselves. So what types of fibers are in muscles? Now, slow and fast twitch muscle fibers are the extremes on a continuum, and each muscle is actually going to have fibers of each type. However, one twitch type will predominate in different muscles. So different muscles will have different types associated with them that are present in greater degrees. And we're going to talk about why in a little bit. So what causes the differences seen in the different fibers? Well, the first reason has to do with myosin itself. So this is a picture of myosin, and let's just talk about the different parts of it. So the first part of it is going to be the head of the myosin heavy chain and the tail regions of the myosin heavy chains. The next part is going to be the hinge region of the heavy chain, and then you also have the light chains as well. Now, the head of the myosin protein is going to be where the ATPase activity is. And the ATPase activity is going to be critical for contraction. So now let's talk about the heavy chains. So skeletal muscles are going to express 6 different heavy chains, and they're shown here. Now, in most cases, one fiber will express one single myosin heavy chain. However, some fibers are also going to express a combination of the two different types. Now, remember that myosin heavy chain, specifically the head region, is going to be where the ATPase activity is. And different types of the myosin heavy chain are going to have different rates. And the faster the rate of the ATPase activity, the faster the rate of contraction. contraction. Now, muscles that express two different myosin heavy chain genes will have rates of contraction that are in between the two pure fiber types. So what are some other things that can determine the characteristics seen in different fiber types? Well, the difference in expression of myosin light chain, differences in expression of SERCA, calcium channels, and troponin C, as well as phospholamban, which is only expressed in slow twitch, cardiac, and smooth muscle. Now, we're going to talk about phospholamban in another video. So what are the roles of these different muscle fibers? Well, let's imagine a marathon runner. Now, marathon runners have to have a lot of endurance, and they go for very long distances. Therefore, the type of muscle fiber that's going to be used for endurance-based exercises is going to be slow twitch muscle. Now, if someone weightlifts, sprints, or does brief sets of vigorous activity, these types of exercises are going to be controlled by fast twitch fibers. Now, it's important to realize that the types of fiber that a muscle expresses is not static. Through differences in training or neuronal stimulation, changes can actually occur in the predominant type of fiber that a muscle expresses. And this has to do with differences in expression in the contractile or regulatory proteins. So for example, if a person were to take up long distance running, if they trained enough, this would basically cause the person to have a development of slow twitch fibers, which would eventually be the greatest proportion of fibers in their body. So in summary, we talked about the different types of muscle. We talked about how the expression of different genes determines fiber type. We talked about which types of fibers dominate in different exercises. We also talked about how muscles have fibers of each type. So I hope this video helped you understand the differences between slow and fast twitch muscle, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.